G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, as you can see, bit of a different setup. So unfortunately, my computer is having issues at the moment, so we need to try and fix that up. But until then, I'll be recording all my content on my laptop. So the quality might not be as good, and I do apologize for that. As you could see, there was no intro or outro because that's all saved on my PC, and I can't access it at the moment. So I still hope you enjoy the content, and I do apologize that it can't be at the best quality. I'm doing the best I can at the moment. But what we're going to do today, guys, is I'm going to go over how I went in round 2 of the AFL tipping, and then give you my round 3 tips. So starting things off, I tipped Carlton by 13 to beat Geelong. Carlton won by 8. So pretty happy with that. Not a bad first tip. Then I took the Lions to beat Melbourne. Thought it would be a bit more convincing than this to a degree. But to the Demons' credit, like they came back in that last quarter. So happy I got the tip right. But yeah, thought Lions might have dominated them a bit more, and they did for the most part. Took Collingwood to beat Port Adelaide. This one was a really good win for the Collingwood Magpies. Like, that's crazy. I didn't think they'd win by this much, but shout out to them, man. They're looking dangerous this year. I saw a lot of people taking Adelaide to beat Richmond. I didn't see it happening. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Adelaide will improve this year, but man, Richmond they're at another level, and I think they're going to be one of the toughest teams to beat. All right, next up, I took the Bulldogs to beat the Saints. I still haven't I still don't trust the Saints, but man, they were good on the weekend. So shout out to them for that. What a good win. Took Fremantle to beat North Melbourne. Look, North Melbourne were good last week, but I didn't think they'd back it up in Perth. So massive win there for the Kangaroos and Alistair Clarkson. I took Sydney to beat Hawthorn. I didn't think it'd be that much of a blowout, but it was. Around that start of the fourth quarter, I thought we'd see a 100-point loss to Hawthorn, but to their credit, they made it a little bit more respective. Took Essendon to beat Gold Coast. I said it was going to be a close game. I was sort of wrong in that one. Essendon were good. The Suns just starts. I don't know. I don't know what to think of the Suns. Honestly, don't. And then finally, took my West Coast Eagles to beat GWS. Took a bit of a punt on this one and got some money back for that. Got a couple of goal kickers and obviously put money on West Coast to win this one. So really happy West Coast got the job done there. I would have liked to see him control it a bit more because the Giants came back in the last quarter, but still very proud of the boys there. All right, so 7 out of 9, definitely not bad. Better than 5 out of 9 for round 1. So we're moving on to round 3 now, starting off with the Lions and the Bulldogs. Now, clip this if you want. But so I'm tipping the Lions. All right, we'll lock it in. I'm tipping the Lions, but I would not be surprised if the Bulldogs got up here. I feel like we're just going to have that season it's just weird to start off with. I really do. And I think this game could be an upset to the Dogs, but I am tipping the Lions, and they should get it done fairly comfortably. So I'm going to go by 26 points. Next up, Collingwood against Richmond. Now, this one is going to be a lot closer than what the tipsters say. Hopefully, this stuff's not showing up. Everything's popping up on the screen at the moment. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than an 89% Collingwood win. At home, I do think Collingwood get the job done, but I think it's going to be like a 10-point margin max. Like, I think this game is going to just be a real grind-out win for Collingwood. Next up, Hawthorn against North Melbourne. I think North Melbourne win this one by plenty. I think 30+ in this game. I think North Melbourne are just going to show us why we need to respect them a bit more. But I don't think they're going to be a top 8 team come the end of the year. I think Clarkson's going to lead them in the right direction, but there's still a lot they need to work on. This should be an easy win for the Blues. But again, I don't rule out the Giants, man, because you never know with them. This could be one of the games of the round, to be honest, St Kilda against Essendon. Now, at the MCG, it could go either way. It really could. And I hate tipping the Saints, but I'm going to. I'm going to back the Saints in this one. They should win. But again, you just don't know how Essendon's going to play. So I am going to tip the Saints, but not confident in that one. Port Adelaide should beat Adelaide in Adelaide, but I think it'll be a very close game, and I don't think the tipster's choice is as it seems. I think it'll be a lot closer than a 90 to 10% tip there. Gold Coast against Geelong. If Gold Coast win this, I'll be very surprised. I can't tip them. I'm back in Geelong. I think Geelong get the job done quite comfortably here. Second last game of the round, I'm taking the Swans to beat Melbourne. Sort of an upset there, but I thought the Swans in the first two rounds looked amazing, and I think they will continue that with a bit of a shocking win at the MCG there. All right, finally, I know people are they're going to take Freo. Most people are going to take Freo, and I can't blame you, but I am tipping my boys here. I think we can get the job done. Freo have looked pretty poor in the first two rounds. West Coast weren't too bad against North Melbourne. They were really good against the Giants. If we can take that form to Optus and play really well there against Freo, I think we can definitely beat them here. So I am taking the Eagles. How about this, bro? You got West Coast versus Freo. You got Port Adelaide versus Adelaide. Like it's a bloody rivalry round, guys. It's awesome. Loving it. But yeah, guys, let me know who you're tipping. Drop it down below in the comments. I guess we'll go over one more time. Lions to beat Dogs, Collingwood to beat Tigers, North Melbourne to beat Hawthorn, Carlton to beat the Giants, St Kilda to beat Essendon, Port Adelaide to beat Adelaide, Cats to beat Suns, Swans to beat Demons, and West Coast to beat Freo. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one.